All right, ladies. Gary Buller, a talented writer, has a book out, Mechanisms of Despair. And why would you want to read this? Well, other than it's written by Gary Buller. And if you don't know who he is, well, you're about to, because this guy is a talented writer. He's dedicated to the craft, he is improving. But what's Mechanisms of Despair? Why give that a chance? It's a collection, seven stories, actually eight. There's a bonus one. I'll get into that. But it's psychological horror, and I dig that stuff. I think you do too. A lot of people do. The thing I like about psychological horror is that instead of relying on just gore and blood and shock, though that is there, it also goes into the mind of the character, explores the fears and all that in a way where you can relate to it. The opening story, The Way Out. If you've ever gone to a hotel, any hotel, they're all the fucking same. I don't care if you spend $100 a night, $1,000 a night. I mean, those nice. It might stand out, but I'm pretty sure they're cut and paste too. Oh, $12 hotels. The sort of ones where you don't want to be caught in. They're cut and paste too. All right, so no matter where you're at, when you walk down the hall, the rooms, if they have doors, but what's behind that room? What's behind that door? What's in that room? Every room has its story. Every room has its tell. Some have some dark, sadistic, carnal, debaucherous scenes, I'm sure. Some crazy events. And others, things so horrific no one would ever want to experience. And that's what this story's about. Except the man is trapped in it as if it's a nightmare, but it's not a nightmare. It's a fucking reality. It's his reality. Now, the whole time, it keeps that in question. And talking about it, it does sort of kind of give that away. I really shouldn't say anything more about The Way Out because I'm going to spoil it. And then The Way Out is followed by Escape. Escape is one of my favorite stories in the collection. Okay, let's say you're just driving on the highway, you're trying to get to work, you have some coffee, you're sipping on it, you're trying not to spill any on your shirt. You look over, you see the motherfucker's texting. Why is he texting? What the hell? And then you look straight ahead, boom, you run into this girl. Like, fuck, my car's ruined. Oh my God, I'm gonna get arrested. Like, what's gonna happen? But then the girl gets up and she runs off to get by another car. Like, she purposely ran in front of the car. You're like, fuck. Well, maybe I won't go to jail, but maybe that motherfucker will have the same story. Be like, no, that blonde bitch just ran out on purpose. Like, it wanted to get hit, officer. I didn't mean to hit her. She did that on purpose. Now, that wouldn't be a story in itself. But this story is in the girl's perspective. Crazy, right? I mean, this takes Gone Girl to a whole other level. Like, crank the fucking dial and tear it off. And I've seen crazy. I used to work at a psych facility. Mm-hmm. Imagine a story where the main character wants to kill herself, over and over again. And then for some reason just can't. Now, this story, see, I had a chance to interview Gary Buller, and he told me this story stems from a fact. See, right now in UK, there's probably a motherfucker jumping off a bridge on purpose. Why? Because their life sucks. Maybe they didn't get the right cake they wanted for their birthday. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they got fired. Maybe they were called a name, called a pussy one too many times, called a fag. I don't know, but they want to end their life. They want to just, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna jump off a ridge. In Japan, there's a forest where people can go and just off themselves. Now it's hard to get a gun in Japan, so I don't think they're shooting themselves, but hanging, poison, stabbing. A lot of stabbing. Come on. An actual suicide hotspot. But this girl, no matter how many times she tries, can't. I enjoy that. It's just, I find that story more hilarious and entertaining. Anything else, I'm like, ooh, what's going to happen next? And then that story is followed with the way in, which is like the way out, but different. How different? Well, it's not like what The Force Awakens did with A New Hope. It's not like that exactly. It's not like they just repeated the same story. A desert planet, escape with the Millennium Falcon, and then a Death Star. Except Super Death Star. Come on, no. Yeah, in the way in, same hotel. It is different character. Same room. And some crazy stuff happens. But it's not a repeat. Yeah, you revisit the hotel. The hotel. Those paranormal shows where they send a crew to go into a room like Ghost Adventures. Well, if they weren't fake, if they weren't outed for being bogus, they could have made it big. Going to this hotel, room 454. Now I said there's 8 stories, right? The eighth isn't actually Gary Buller. The eighth is written by his daughter, a 6-year-old. A 6-year-old. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something real fast. This 6-year-old has a story that reads better than some of the stuff I receive from grown ass adults that have been writing for years. Maybe it was an off day. Maybe they're like, Dead and Soman doesn't pay, not much. Hey, the royalties aren't going to be that much if it doesn't really sell much. Okay. What can I say about that? It sucks. But they're like, this motherfucker's not going to pay much. So what? Maybe I just not give a fuck about the story. Okay. Well, thank you for giving your leftovers your trash. But I don't want it either. Well, Holly Buller, you have a story. Keep on writing. Keep on writing. Now, every time you purchase Mechanisms of Despair, and I mean, you can find it on Kindle for $3. Okay. You can get it for $10, a paperback version. And every purchase, I'm not profiting from it. Gary's not profiting from it. It's going to charity. His part is going to Sarcoma UK. My part is going to Alzheimer's Foundation. Personal issues, you know. My grandma, memory, her brain is going away. It's just so scary to me that you can lose your mind to the point to where your body will eventually cease to be able to govern even like basic functions, because even that part of the brain, you know, is subject to be devoured by proteins your body produces. That's crazy. And on Mr. Buller's side, his mom, he's British. His mom, his mom, his mom has cancer. A terrible accent, I know. But his mom has cancer. Not any better. If you're still on the fence about mechanisms of despair, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. You're missing out. You can hear some of his stories. One of them, Escape. Escape has a narration, an audible file. Find that where you find the podcast on Spreaker. It's Deadman's Tome. All right.